Hey guys, welcome back to Paradise. So I've been seeing a lot of questions online and wondering if you could put, say, an 8-foot camper on a 6-foot truck. So if you're not, if you're new to truck campers or if you're new to trucks in general, just kind of run through this real quick. So trucks have different lengths of bed, which is this section right here. Pretty much what you can haul stuff in. So they come in 5-foot, 6-foot, and 8-foot. And then the truck campers also come in the same sizes, 5-foot, 6-foot, and 8-foot. So they're supposed to correlate together. So you put an 8-foot camper on an 8-foot bed, a 6-foot camper on a 6-foot bed, and so on. So people are wondering, can you put a bigger camper on a smaller truck, say an 8-foot camper on a 6-foot bed, or a 6-foot camper on a 5-foot bed? So pretty much the short answer to that one is yes, you can, if you want to. Would I suggest it? No. I think it's a kind of a really bad idea to do something like that. There's lots of reasons why not to. I've seen lots of people doing it, and it really just doesn't look safe, for one. Pretty much it's not just for your safety, it's for safety for everybody else. Because if you're not hooked up right, or if you're over payload or anything like that, everybody else kind of has to deal with that while you're driving. So if your camper falls off, or whatever, your truck has an issue with it from overheating or bogging down from too much weight or something like that, then people behind you have to deal with it. So that's my first thought. Just make sure you think about other people. Make sure you're not, bogging your truck down with too much weight. So yeah, but just make sure that you're pretty much going to be within payload of your vehicle. So if you need to figure out how much your truck has payload, I got another video on that one. You can watch that, and I'll show you how to figure out your truck's payload. But if your truck's payload is still under it with like a longer camper, then you should still be able to haul it. It's just the big things that are going to be, it's going to change your driving style definitely on the truck, because the truck campers are made for that size of truck for a certain reason, because they have the center weight of the camper perfectly over like the axles and like in front here. So it's all pretty much centered over the vehicle, so it'll drive fine. That's where weight is supposed to be carried on the truck. It's not supposed to be on this back part here. So they do make campers like this one that kind of hang over a little bit, because this is made for a 6-foot bed, and it usually pretty much ends right there because there's storage unit there. So we have a little bit of storage back there, but it still has pretty much all the bulk of the weight. The water container, the fridge, everything like that is up there, so it's still centered over the wheels. So if you extend the vehicle, or if you extend the camper out, this is going to be, if you go an 8-foot on this bed, it's going to be another like 3, 4, 5 feet out farther, depending on if you have a toilet and shower and whatever else you need in it. But it's going to be extended way out farther. Therefore, there's going to be a lot more weight hanging off the back of your truck here, and that's definitely not a good thing to put on your truck if you're driving, especially if you want to go off-road and stuff like that, because your truck's going to be really bogged down and looking that good. And you can obviously buy like Timbrins and Sumo Springs and stuff like that, but it's still not going to help too much. If you have that much weight back there, it's definitely going to make your vehicle kind of rear up in the front. So pay attention to that too. Just make sure at least you're within payload of your vehicle. And also, you'll probably have to get longer turnbuckles, so because this thing is not going to be right there. It's going to be probably like way back there. So you'll have to have a chain or something that goes from there all the way down to your torque lifts or whatever kind of supports that you have to hold the vehicle or hold the camper on. So, but if you're out there actually and you don't have a vehicle yet or a camper yet, pretty much get the camper first, because the camper is going to be the harder thing to find. Once you find the camper that you like or that you want, get the camper, because finding a truck to fit it is going to be way easier than finding a camper that fits your truck. So get the camper first, and then start looking for trucks afterwards. Don't do it the other way around, because it's really hard to find, especially if you want to go like an old used one like this. We found the camper first and then bought the truck. So it's easier to work that way than to try to find. There's not really that many old campers sitting around that people are wanting to ditch for kind of cheap. So just find the camper first and then get your truck for afterwards. But that's my opinion on this this factor here. So if you're out there and you have a bigger truck camper, just make sure to keep it under payload. Make sure you're not bogging your truck down, and make sure it's safe still, because other people still have to deal with you driving it. So if you have an issue with it, other people are still at risk for this. But it's a good question. If you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Anything about truck campers, trucks, living cheap, simple, hiking, whatever. Leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.